Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One winner. 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast. Breakfast. Maybe I should have breakfast. No. Focus. Speed. Faster than fast. Quicker than quick. I am lightning. Here we go. I'm American made. Okay, I'm not gonna sing, but... Okay, so... I just got back from seeing Cars 3, the third movie in the Cars franchise, because that's why it has 3 in it. And this is a different occasion. I'm in a car. So, yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but I thought it was kind of right for the moment. I usually do stuff in my room, so why not do something outside for once? So, also one different thing about this video is I have it on a different camera. So, maybe I can show you. See, maybe not. No. There, yeah. No, I think that was better. There, yeah, sure. So, hopefully my videos should be at least a little better on this camera. I don't think they were always terrible, but hopefully I think they should be a little bit better. So yeah, this is the third Cars movie, and what an odd franchise to choose to give all these sequels to, because Cars hasn't always been the most popular franchise for Pixar. There was the first movie, which got mediocre reviews, and the second movie... let's forget about that one. But whatever you think of the movies, this is the third one, and who knows if they're going to make sequels out of this. So this is going to be my review of the movie. So first things first, what do I think of the first two movies? So the first one was, of course, about Lightning, who's pretty much this big shot rookie who thinks he has it all and all he wants is the Piston Cup. But then he gets lost in this little town called Radiator Springs. There he meets all these colorful characters who are going to teach him life is not all about winning, and there's a lot more to life with those smaller things. So, I like the first Cars movie. Actually, I think it's kind of underrated. I can see why people don't like it that much, but for me personally, I thought it was a really good film. It probably has to do with me liking history and everything like that, and I think Route 66 is a pretty cool little thing, so maybe that has a little connection to it, but I like it. Cars 2, I can't say the same for that. It's boring. I know it's about Mater, and then all these people think he's a spy, and then Lightning has to go and face this Italian racer, things like that. It was boring. The first time I watched it, I almost fell asleep. I was just thinking, this can't be the real movie. It can't. I was hoping that John Lasseter would just come out in the middle of the movie and say, okay, this is not the real movie. This is just a joke. Here's the real film. We're sorry. But sadly, that never happened. So this is going to be the third movie. And before that, there was also the short film. What was it called? I think Lou. So it was a little cute story. It was just pretty much about this bully kid who's going around and bullying everyone, and then he's going around taking their stuff, and then all this extra other stuff in the Lost and Found stuff is somehow alive. It's pretty much just a bunch of Lost and Found stuff formed into this little monster thing, and it doesn't like that the kid's bullying them, so it tries to go and teach him a lesson, and they get in this little fight. So in the end, it goes and tells him that he needs to go and give these things back to him, and he'll feel better in the end. But the bad thing is, Lou goes away because he was a part of all those things, and all those things went back to the kids. So it was kind of sad, but it was also just a feel-good kind of thing. So I thought it was a pretty good short. So now we get to the actual film, Cars 3. And it started off just like the original Cars, with the thing I said at the very beginning of this video with, okay, here we go, 42 losers, I'm in speed, blah, blah, blah. I was like, am I in the right movie? They aren't playing the third one, or the first one, are they? But no, they know, it's the third movie, so it's pretty much just Lightning who's trying to go and win all these races again, but then he and all these other cars are pretty much getting beaten by these new rookies who are pretty much just supposed to be the top tech guys out there. So Lightning is trying his best to go and win these things, but he just doesn't have it. According to some of the people out there, he's just too old. But he doesn't want to give up. He still wants to be in it. But he's in this one race and he's trying to win it. He's trying to give all his go. And unfortunately, this causes him to crash. He has this huge crash, and pretty much everyone after that thinks he's done. He's over. Move on to the next rookie. So we didn't go over to Radiator Springs where Lightning's all depressed and he pretty much doesn't have it anymore. All his paint is gone, and he's watching these old movies where Doc was racing and he had the same problem that Lightning had. But all his friends are able to go and convince him, you can still do this, don't give up, you have it in you, and they're able to get to him. So Lightning goes over to this one place that are now sponsoring him, and he goes and meets this one guy whose name I can't remember right now, and he's just pretty much telling him that we're going to help you get back on top. So they go and show him all this new tech that they think is going to go and help him, and there he meets another car there named Cruz, and she's pretty much just going to go and help him get back into shape. And I mean, it kind of shows that maybe she might be a good racer, but no, she's just a trainee. Unless that's what we're meant to think. So she's trying to go and teach him all these new things that he doesn't really care about, and he just wants to go and stick to the old ways, except for this one thing where he wants to go on this one thing that pretty much just slides around and I don't know how, and pretty much like everything like that. He wants to go on that, but unfortunately, he completely blows at it. So he has to go through all this other kind of training again. So he and Cruz go for all this bonding, trying to go and get Lightning back into shape, and they go through all these things, and for all of it, pretty much everyone is just saying he's not going to get to it. The new guy who's oh god, what was his name again? It was on the tip of my tongue. Crap. But Storm. Yeah, Storm. That's his name. Storm. He's just pretty much saying, "Oh, this guy's a loser. He's gone." And then Chick Hicks from the first movie is pretty much doing all these interviews, and he's saying there's no way he's going to go and make it, and everything like that. So Lightning is trying to go and learn all these techniques again, and so he can go and get back on top, but he's just having a pretty hard time with it because he can't go and break the 200 speed like he wants to. And he's starting to accept that maybe he is too old. So at one point, he and Cruz go to this one place where I lose my words. Lightning goes in disguise so no one will recognize him. And then he and Cruz go into this big place where pretty much all these Hoosiers are, and there's all these pretty much this cars just bumping into each other and everything like that. And it's pretty much just something like you would see in the middle of the country, just a giant monster truck show or something. So Cruz is able to win it, but Lightning's identity gets revealed, and he gets really mad at Cruz. So he blames her for it, and pretty much just goes and says, "Go away, you're pretty much making it all worse." And Cruz goes and tells him that she never wanted to be a trainee, but she wanted to be a racer. She thinks she had it in her, but once she got out on the track, she lost it and just never did it again. So this causes Lightning to feel all bad and pretty much just go like, "Oh crap, what did I do?" So he pretty much goes and talks to Mater, and he says that he thinks he's out, he's going to retire, but Mater's just like, "No, you don't have to do it." And then Lightning gets the idea that maybe if she can't do it, maybe Doc's trainer can do it. So he goes and finds her, and they go on a little quest to go and find Doc's old trainer, whose name was what was it? Smokey, and they do go and find him at this very old track that Doc used to race on. So then they go and try to train him as well too, and it looks like maybe they might get to it because Lightning is getting better and better and better. So maybe Lightning can get to it, but up until the very last race, he can't do it. He still can't top 200. So it looks like it might be over. So Lightning goes in the last race, and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to do it. But when he goes in it, the Cruz is there, and she's trying to go and cheer him on, but the one guy from before, who owns the company, is just like, no, you can't be here, go do your job. This upsets Lightning and says that, okay, you're in here now, I know you can do it. So she goes in there, and she's trying to go through all the races, and she does really well. And then all the other cars are like, we're not going to have you in here. Especially I always keep forgetting his goddamn name, Storm. So Storm is pretty much just like, you're not going to beat me, you don't have it. Just go out and do whatever you do, because you don't belong here. And then Lightning is able to convince her, no, you can do this. So she, of course, goes and beats him and becomes the new Piston Cup champion. So we're pretty much asked if Lightning is going to retire or not, and he says, no, I'm not. I'm still going to race, but he's still going to be her crew chief and pretty much go and train her for all this and become have her become the next big champion. So that's pretty much Cars 3, and I say it's probably in the middle. I didn't like as much as the first movie, but I didn't really hate as much as the second movie. It was just a very mediocre film. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But the parts I did really like, but the parts I hated, I was just pretty much like, yeah, I was kind of expecting that to happen. So, it didn't really have a lot of big tearjerker moments. Probably the saddest moment they had in the whole movie was where Cruz goes and tells her the truth about how she always wanted to be a racer and she never got that chance. Even then, it didn't make me cry, but that was probably the biggest tearjerker in the movie. There were a few funny moments in there. It wasn't the funniest movie ever, but overall, it did get a few chuckles on me. Then there's a few things to find in there for like upcoming Pixar movies. I didn't see a reference to Coco. At least that's the next one, and I didn't see a reference to Coco or any of the other future movies. And I did see A113. It was on the door right after Lightning went and crashed into the giant screen, and Cruz and the one guy were talking. So that one I did see, but I didn't see the Pizza Planet truck. I'm guessing it was somewhere in a giant crowd of cars around the race. I'm not completely sure, but that's where I'm guessing it probably was. So, let's see, what else? I think that maybe it didn't give enough of the caterers a lot of screen time, and that was one of the problems in the second movie as well. In the first movie, a lot of the caterers got a lot of screen time, but in this movie and the second one, they just got shoved into the background. Even Mater, a guy who was pretty big in the first two movies, barely got any scenes in this. He was in the middle for a few minutes, he was in the beginning for a few minutes, and he was in the end for a few minutes. And Sally, she was barely in it. The only two guys from Radiator Springs who were really in a lot were Luigi and whatever the other guy's name is. That's all who was pretty much in it. And I kind of wonder why they chose him to be in it. It just seemed really random, but okay, whatever you guys like. So, and let's see, I did like Cruz. I thought she was a really nice caterer. I was kind of hoping that maybe they weren't going to make her a romance, and then she would have to find out that Lightning is with Sally, and they're going to have this real sad scene. I was like, no, they didn't do that. It's pretty clear they're just friends, and then Mater's old girlfriend from the second movie and that other British guy weren't in here at all. So maybe that had to do with the second movie just being so hated, maybe, but they weren't in it at all. I did like that one guy, Smokey. He was a pretty cool car. He did kind of remind me of Doc, and Doc was a car I did like. So I did definitely like all that stuff. Chick Hicks, he's as big as a dick as ever. And then that one new guy, Storm, he's a pretty big dick as too. And then the one guy who owns the company, he's not a bad person. He's just kind of kind of letting money get in the way, but I'm guessing at the end they're kind of showing that maybe he'll change his ways. So, overall, it's an alright movie. It's not my favorite out of the franchise, but it was an improvement over Cars 2. But I think overall, I'm looking forward to Coco a lot more. It's going to be pretty much be about the Day of the Dead, that Mexico holiday. So, and it's pretty much about this boy who somehow gets sucked into the world of the dead. So it does look pretty interesting to me, and I think it's probably going to be overall the better Pixar movie this year. And I'm looking forward to it a lot more than the Cars franchise. But if you do like the Cars movies, like them, I'm not going to stop you, but it's just weird that they choose these movies to go and make sequels to. They can make a sequel to Inside Out, they can make a sequel to Up or something, but they do Cars. It's a very bizarre franchise to make because it's just the most mediocre one they can really do. I mean, yeah, they're also doing Toy Story 4, but even though no one wants that, Toy Story 4 does make sense because a lot of people like Toy Story. But nothing is probably going to top The Incredibles 2 when it comes out. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I have a lot of faith in Pixar in making it. I just hope the creators are a lot older. So, Cars 3, I liked it overall. It was a good film, but it's just, because I'm not that much of a Cars fan, it didn't leave the biggest impact on me. But overall, it was a great movie. And I also hope you liked this good, maybe bad, temporary location. Sure, it was weird, but I just thought it was pretty good for this video. So, Cars 3, maybe, I guess, 1 thumbs up. Usually I like to give 2 thumbs up to a Pixar movie, but this one, I guess just one thumbs up. And for a Cars franchise, they should consider themselves lucky for that. Also, Pixar, please don't make a Cars 4. Please don't make a Cars 4, okay? Please. And I'm getting out of here because it's hot as hell out here. I'm sweating, so thanks for watching.